Hey my loves, welcome back to the channel. Happy New Year. This is the first video of the new year, and as you can see, we'll be making some quick, easy, delicious cheese Danish. I hope the new year is going great for everyone so far, and I just want to say thank you for rocking with me another year. Cheers to bigger and better things for the year of 2024. So I love me a good cheese Danish, and when I was a Starbie, whenever I would go to Starbucks, I would get me a frap and a cheese Danish. But that was before I decided to stop wasting money on things like that when I can just make it at home. So yeah, let's go ahead and make some cheese Danish. Okay, so to a nice size bowl, we're gonna go in with a block of cream cheese, and this is 8 ounces. You want to ensure that it's at room temperature, or softened I should say, because this is gonna play a major role in your puff pastry not sinking, and also in your frosting to be soft and smooth. And of course, when it's soft, it's gonna be easier to mix, right? I follow that up with 4 tablespoons of granulated sugar. Normally powdered sugar is recommended for recipes like these when you're making frostings. However, in my opinion, it's all gonna get mixed in with the hand mix anyways. So if you have straight up granulated sugar, go ahead and use it, because mine came out great. But of course, powdered sugar is recommended. And then I added 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract. Go ahead and mix that in really well, but please don't overmix, because this will definitely ruin the cheese Danish. Also, once you're finished mixing, grab yourself a spatula, scrape down the sides just to make sure that everything is well combined. So I'm using already made puff pastry, but of course you can go ahead and make your dough from scratch. It's pretty easy, but I just grabbed myself some puff pastry. If you're using puff pastry like myself, make sure you're getting it from the freezer aisle. Normally 2 sheets comes in a puff pastry pack. However, for this recipe, I'm just using 1 sheet. But if you want to use both sheets, I would recommend adding an extra half a block of cream cheese. So that would be 12 ounces of cream cheese to 2 sheets of puff pastry. And of course, you could also add another tablespoon of sugar, depending on how sweet you want it to be. And as you can see, I divided my puff pastry sheet into 6. They're not at all equal. But also you could use your rolling pin to roll the sheet out to make sure that it's, even before dividing it. This was just a quick recipe because I was craving these. So these weren't done to perfection, at least up to my standard, but they were really delicious, and I just had to share the recipe with you guys. As you guys can see, I'm just using a Ziploc that I added the cream cheese frosting to. I had no piping bag, so you just have to make it work. And of course, you can use a spoon to scoop the frosting out onto your puff pastry sheet. I'm just trying to be less messy and not use so many dishes. I would recommend scoring your puff pastry dough before adding your frosting, just so you know what you're working with. You want to leave enough space at the edges, especially to add that egg wash to it. And the egg wash is just an egg beaten with around a tablespoon of water or milk. I used water in mine. You want to go ahead and add that egg wash to the edges. Not too much, but this is going to give it that beautiful brown, shiny, crispy look. And a quick tip, I would recommend putting these in the freezer for just 10 minutes before baking, because we want to make sure that the fat that's in the puff pastry is not melting. So just chill it for a little bit before baking it. And we're going to pop these into our oven at 400 degrees Fahrenheit, which is around 205 degrees Celsius for all my peoples in, England, Jamaica. And also, you want to keep an eye on it, because I believe that everyone's oven works differently. If you have an electric stove or a gas stove, you know, it varies, so just keep an eye on it. But it should be looking something like this once it's finished baking. This one right here that I'm showing you guys, I actually doubled it. I put one puff pastry onto the other because, you know, I was just looking forward to this. And when I tell you that these were so delicious, I promise you I'm never ever getting a cheese Danish out ever again. They're too easy to make, and it's like you cannot mess it up. I'm telling you. I will be creating a blog post on this recipe right here, so if you're not yet subscribed to our newsletter, go ahead on over to jamandcuisine.info, subscribe to our newsletter so you can receive free recipes straight to your inbox weekly. If you're not yet subscribed, hit that subscribe button before you go so you don't miss out on any of these recipes. Hit that bell as well so you're notified as soon as your girl drops another video. You guys walk good, stay safe. Until next time.